Good morning. It's Monday today. I just finished my morning walk. And so this morning I'm recording something to spice our Monday, and it's called Good News Monday. Last Monday I was not able to share, but today I'd like to share something because I read something this morning about the law that is so good, it's worth sharing. Have you ever thanked God for the law? Have you ever thanked the Lord for the Ten Commandments? Have you ever thanked God for the laws, the sacrifices, the regulations He set for how to offer sacrifices to God? What about in the New Testament? Have you ever thanked God for the law? What about the laws of our land? You know, we move from one country to another city, and sometimes the law in the Philippines is a bit different from the law here in Hong Kong. And as a follower of Christ, I should be thanking God for the laws of the land. But why? Why should we give thanks to God for the law? There are people who would disagree with me. They are angry about the law. For them, the law is restrictive. The law keeps them from enjoying or doing the things that they want. For others, the law, is a picture of people who force them to do what they do not want. It's like arbitrary. It's like something forced on them, and therefore their response to the law is one of rejection. But I'm telling you, when you understand the nature of God's law, you will be thanking Him. So what is the good news about the law of God? What is the good news about the Mosaic law? Well, first of all, the law of God reveals the nature of God. When God said, do not kill, when the Lord said, keep the Sabbath holy, when the Lord said, do not steal, do not covet, well, when the Lord gave those laws, He was expressing something about Himself. He's someone who truly cares for the good of others, and that's why He gave those laws. So every time you read the law, you read it back to God, and then that law will be good for you, because the law presents something about the lawgiver. But secondly, the good news about the law has something to do with the message that comes from the law. You see, the lawgiver and the law that was given is expected to be followed. And the law, when we try to obey the law completely, consistently, we realize as much as we want to obey the law, there are times when we fail to obey the law. And that's why the law humbles us. The law exposes our weakness. The law of God reveals to us that despite our good intentions, they are never enough. And that's why the good news of the law is that it is a revealer of our fallenness, of our humanness. It's a revealer of our need for help. And finally, the law of God reveals and points us to Jesus Christ. First of all, because only Jesus have fulfilled the law. That's why the law points us to Jesus. And secondly, the Lord Jesus Christ fulfilled the law, the expectations of the law. The obedience expected of the law was fulfilled by Jesus. And that's why every time you read about a law, a command, remember that Jesus first did it. So this morning, let's enjoy the word from Romans chapter 7. And when the Apostle Paul talks about the law being good, let's say, hooray, the law is good. When the Apostle Paul says the law reveals our sinfulness, let's bow our heads and say to God, yes, Lord, that is so true. And then at the end, in verse 25, when the Apostle Paul would say, but thanks be to God, let's raise both of our hands and say, thank God for the Lord Jesus. Well, this is the good news for Monday. Keep looking at Jesus, because He is the one who truly fulfills the law for us. God bless you. We'll see you again.